Hello everyone, it's Pierre here. Yes, it is another episode. I had to replace this capacitor from my Nintendo Switch. It turns out to be 1 microfarad. What else? Yeah, so I did check and all the sides were correctly fitted. You know, I've seen no problems whatsoever. I've seen connections here but no voltage on these. Okay, so the only thing what I could say that there is some problem with M92 chip on its own, because I've seen under angle each side and I've seen them connected and I've seen them well connected and not offsided. One side was slightly offside, but it wasn't to the level that I would be worried or I would do anything. Yes, it was just slightly off. So I just removed this pin. I've put some flux. I'll solder more those pads. I'll drop small dot at the center and I'll be right back. Oh, I've forgotten to unpause. Guys, so what I've done is I went down to 300 degrees with a temp. I've picked up some solder, and what I did is I've increased the temp back to 410 here, and I did, you know, drag the solder from each place, and it just spread across nicely. I haven't done here, I see, so that's it. And here is, I think they are touching. No, so get rid of count touch. Okay, it's nice. All of them are fit apart from these two here. So yeah, exactly. That's what we want. So we've got a solder on each of them. I'll change the lightning. Okay, I can see now as well clearly that it's all fine. So let's try this central bit a bit. It's too hot to grab some solder, so probably I'll... Oh no, it did. Okay, so I can switch off this iron and I can... Do I need to clean up? I need to change the lighting again. No, I don't see burnt flux. I can just add more flux here. And that's me. So guys, I'll do it off camera, so it's, you know, it's not stressing me out and I'm sure that, you know, it's all nice. But I see now that with these devices I had to learn them, and now I see what I was doing wrong. So yeah, so if you want to pick up the solder and you can't pick up to fill in as it is now because it's properly filled in all the pads, you need to lower the temp. But when you coming back with the iron here, you need to increase the temp, because if you want to increase the temp, then what's happening is you can't, you know, you can't spread it across. Yes, you can't use the drag technique to drag this solder here. So why you can't pick solder with the hot iron like 400 or more degrees? Because it's just too hot. Yes, it's like try to put a drop of the water on the hot pan, and no fat, just a pan, yes, and see how it's popping out. Yes, whereas if you will lower the heat, it will be on the surface. And that's the same with solder. You know, you can't put too hot solder on too hot surface, because it won't just simply work. So hopefully that makes sense to those who don't know how to do it. Yeah, okay, just to show you, I've used one, now I will be taking second one. So for this job I will use 2 M92 chips. Okay, so that's another one. I've got 3 left in stock, as I've got some switches with them to repair, so it's not nice if I take so many of them. Yeah, need to check which side, because that should be this side. Okay, where's the dot? The dot is on the left. Cool. Yeah, on the left, so that's right. So I can put it aside and I can heat up the surface. I need to use my right hand, because if I won't use my right hand I won't be able to pick it up. Okay guys, I'll pause it and I'll install it, yeah, because it will less stressing me with this new SMD workstation. Okay guys, so I've got it, but I need to check each side now if on each of the bottom, right, left and top are aligned properly, because I see misalignment. I see that on the left top is slightly off, yeah, so that's how I see it, and then I'll have to, you know, like push it a bit to the left. Yes, that's how I see it, and then it should be perfect. Yes, so let me do it. Hello, welcome back. So what I did is I solder it back again. This time was perfect. I'm wondering why, but it usually I need to correct something more, you know, than that, and this time I was like, why it's good, you know, like, wow, I was just lucky. And when I pressed only this small blob here, which doesn't disturb in anything, I'll take it off again, it's not a problem, but everything is perfect. Whenever I looked, it's just perfect. So I will correct it with a small tip again, you know, just to make sure that there's no issues. That's the biggest out, which is okay as well, that's acceptable, because they are not connecting one to another. So that's why I decided, you know, like it's okay. I will just touch it with my iron, and I can clean it and I can test it, and we will see if I will be more lucky this time or I won't be lucky this time. Yes, and that's something else causing that, or if I won't see voltages and I will see everything else fine, that's mean the batch of those M92 chips is just, to be true, it's just bad. Then I will have to test on another known good switch, yes, and if so I'll have to write to the supplier. I don't think I'll get a refund, to be true, and that's why I'm buying only 5 at the time, and you know, sometimes you buy them and they are bad. I had 5 now ordered again, and they should be fine, so I don't know why. I don't have from old batch. I can't use from those faulty faulty switches, because it won't work. Yes, so yeah, I'll finish it off and I'll be right back. Okay, I can show you one row because that won't take me ages. So that's what I've done with all other 3 rows. I don't have a lot of place to maneuver here, but that's what I need to do in order for them to catch properly. Okay, so that's it. This side was the worst, so maybe second time. But that's it, guys. I can clean it up, test it, see if that will help, and if that won't help, well, I need to figure out what else I can do to help this customer. Okay, guys. So apart from that, we've got a capacitor in a bit tilt way, and apart from this is a little still nasty. There is no problem. I've checked all 4 sides, so I don't want to take more time. It shouldn't turn off right now. It didn't. Okay, so meter, what voltages I see. Okay, so I need to have here, oh, you don't see anything. Okay, so I need to have here 5 volts. I've got 518, very good. And now I need to move my meter away. Okay, so now let's check. Nada, nothing. Here, oh, now it's showing something, minus minus 0.04. Now 0.007 minus 0.009, 0.11. Guys, I think it's not my fault. That's 5 volts. This is showing 5 volts coming in. I think the problem is with this chip again. So yeah, I need to put it to the known good switch, those chips, and if that won't work in a known good switch, then I'll have to complain, because I see that it's missing 0.6. Yeah. Even if I'm touching these pins, 5 volts coming in. Okay, so 5 volts coming in to this chip. That's weird. With the 5 volts coming in, 506 volts coming in. So this should be okay. Well, I'll risk it still, and I'll plug it into the battery, and let's see, maybe it doesn't show without the battery connected. But from what I remember, it has to show without the battery connected. I don't have any board out, I think, to compare, but it should show. Oh, hold on a second, I've got it from Nintendo Switch here board. Okay, so here is someone was soldering it. That's not me, but I will be able to verify it. So let me check the ground. Okay, that's the ground. And now we can touch on this missing capacitor, which I took out to the second one voltage. No, that's the same, that's nothing on this side. And on this side is 0.10, so it's the same, okay. Here should be 5 volts, because that's what that is showing. Oh, here is nothing. Here is nothing. I can't, I need to work with my left hand on the red. So here is, okay, so this switch is more faulty, because already here there is 0.20 something volt and not 5 volts, or there is a problem with that chip of mine, and that shouldn't be 5 volts. Here is 0.14. Here nothing, nothing, nothing. Not happy where it's going. But what can we do? Yeah, 5 volts here. Okay, but this one, you know what, I will just risk it and I'll order another chips, because I see that the problem here is the same. So fingers crossed, I just received the wrong batch of M92. I was just unlucky and I just get it. Can you let me get this pink stuff? I don't know if I've got webcam. I don't have webcam, that's pathetic. Okay, I'll pause, I'll try to recover webcam. Okay guys, so I'm back, and what it is now is I like to plug in this board here back where it belongs. Okay, so we don't need a display, all we need is the connector for the power. Okay, it's here, it's done, and now all I need is a cable with 5 volts or 9 volts, just USB-C cable. And it doesn't show on my meter. That's mean it's not working. Guys, in that case I can, what is this? Okay. I'll show you. See, so if I'll be, don't know if you can see, here is a light here. When I will disconnect it, no light here. Okay, when I will connect it back, the light is back, but it doesn't show amperes nor volts. And I know I solder it twice. Well, I can't understand what have happened wrong. I don't know. I know that it's not working and it's annoying because I've spent several hours on it. So yeah, I've wasted, either I have faulty M92 chips and I'm wasting only my time and customers' time and everyone's time and money. Or I don't know. Well, I need to speak to the customer what to do next, because that's all I can do. What else I can do if it's, you know, I'm replacing and it's not working. The biggest problem I see, that I wouldn't blame those chips, but twice I've replaced it, and on the side of the board where this M92 chip is, on this, that's Nintendo Switch, that's Lite, but on the side of it there are 3 capacitors which I'm always checking for voltages, and I know there should be voltage and it's not, and I see connection to the pads, proper connection to the pads, so I can't do more. And I didn't use even 400 degrees, I used 390 something. So yeah, and I didn't, you know, like put so much time on it to reheat it, yes, so that I didn't burn the board. Actually, if I would heat this board too much, those all components on the side, they would start to flow. And only one capacitor at this all time have escaped to me, yes. So in that case, I know I haven't done anything abnormal here. Everything was done normally. So yeah, I'm just angry on myself that I spent, now it's nearly 2 p.m. and I haven't done any other job. So I've spent today about 3 hours, if not more, total of 4 hours, but I had small break to eat and so on. So I would say over 3 hours today, and yesterday I spent as well number of hours, about 2 hours or something. So I spent 5 hours on the Switch, for sure over 5 hours. I won't be able to charge the customer, it wouldn't be worth. I've decided to, you know, customer said please repair attempt, I did, but that's all time I can spend. And that's it, you know, like I've got other jobs, people will be chasing me if I won't be doing them, yes, not talking about my jobs and all my faulty switches to repair as well. So that's it, guys. See you in the next video. I'll tell you what happened next, yes, with this. If you follow this YouTube channel, follow the next video on this date or on the next date, and you'll know what we've decided with the customer to do. Thank you for watching. If you did like, here's likes to you, and see you in the next video. If possible, let's fix them all. Take care, bye bye.